Hey, yo, what up, Bodega Podcast? You already know who it is. It's one half of the sexiest Puerto Rican studs on this planet, Ortiz, baby. And shout out to all the Bodega Podcast listeners. Ow.
Yo, this is the Lucha Thug, the one-man Lucha gang, El Rey Gordo himself, the King Fat Boy Papo Esco, and y'all rocking with the Urban Wrestling Network.
It's your boy, the young GOAT, one half of Injustice, Hot Fire Myron, and you're listening to Urban Wrestling Network. Thank you.
This is Josef Samael from Contra Unit, and you're watching the Urban Wrestling Network.
What's good? It's Tristan Ty, a.k.a. Ikuro Kwon. You're watching Urban Wrestling Network. Hail Contra!
What's up? It's Judge in the building, and make sure you guys check out Urban Wrestling Network. The boys gonna be on there chopping it up. You already know, Street Fighter.
You know what it is, man? It's like Boogie, South Philly. What up? Catch me on the Urban Wrestling Network real soon. Be on the lookout for that podcast, bro.
Yes.
MLW, all that. N.W.A, all that. I'm everywhere. Fuck out of here.
Hey, you guys. This is Christi Jaynes, and you're listening to the Urban Wrestling Network.
What's really good, ladies and gentlemen? This is OG Boricua Dandara, a.k.a. Chef. I'm here with none other than the birthday boy. Happy 21st birthday. He will alone say, what's really good?
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, your quintessential Puerto Rican muffin, Jorge. It is my actual 49th birthday. I'm actually 49, not 21. Not mid-late 30s, like somebody asked me yesterday on Twitter. Told me, like, dude, I swear I thought you were in late 30s. I said, man, I wish I was in my late 30s. I'm actually just turned 49 yesterday, and I feel like I'm 76. like they say, the 40s is the new 70s.
Yo, for real, because I'm 42 and my body be killing me. I don't want to think about how I'm going to feel at 49.
Bro. I gotta get up in the mornings and roll myself out of bed.
But you know what? We had an amazing. I enjoyed MLW on so many different levels because of so many little tidbits that I was catching, and I was like, "Wow!" First off, let me just start, and I want to leave the El Jefe stuff for last because we always. El Jefe is running through our podcast like nobody's business. Where everything is El Jefe. But that match with Calvin Tankman versus Lee Mariotti, I didn't know what to expect. You know what I mean? I was like, all right, I don't know a lot about Lee Mariotti except for, we've seen a sample of him. He signed with AEW. We get him back for the Opera Cup. He pushed Calvin Tankman to that brink. And it looked believable. The storytelling by both men were absolutely amazing. At times I was like, oh, this is the power. This is the athleticism. And I'm going to tell you now, as the more I keep watching Calvin Tankman, I keep getting more and more impressed. Because I know his athleticism, but, you keep seeing it and you're like, man, for a really big guy, this guy can really move around. He's agile. That spinning back elbow to Lee Mariotti was like, I thought that was it. I was like, oh, lights out. It's game over. What a match. Your take, Lee Mariotti and Calvin Tankman, because holy shit.
I mean, the match, when I saw it, was speed versus power. That's what I thought it was going to be, speed versus power. And that's what Lee Moriarty did, was just like, always stay one step ahead of him. Don't get into the power game because you're going to lose against Tankman. And like you said, Tankman, for being a big dude, he's built like a tank, but moves like a Ferrari, how they did with when the Fiend came out for the first time back in the day. He was a big dude, but then he'll move like a damn Ferrari, man, doing all the moves, doing all the high octane moves. That's what happened. You know, when Myron comes out from the top rope with a spinning elbow, boom, I said, "Oh, this dude is dead." And then he picked him up and did that tank man bump that he does. I mean, it was an excellent match. Speed versus power. Speed always wins until you get caught. Power is gonna destroy you at the end, and that's what happened. I mean, honestly, when I saw it in person, I actually thought Lee had it. I thought Lee was gonna win. After, some of those couple of moves that he was doing, but I'm thinking he's so light and Tankman's so heavy. If I think if Lee was a little more heavier, he would have won that match. But he's a lightweight. Yeah. So, but it was an excellent match. I saw, that's one of the matches which I saw back in July. So they're actually mixing stuff from July with stuff from now in the show, which I kind of like it because you can even tell the production is so good and they're putting so much stuff in between that you can't even notice what the hell is from what. And I actually have forgot about that match from back in July. I said, I don't remember this match from now. And that's from July. I was like, all right. So yeah, I mean, I love the match. Tagman won, and I thought he was going to join American Tag Team right afterwards with your boy, our boy saying in King Mo. I mean, if he joins that crew, that's gonna be one powerful ass crew.
And the thing is, and I think maybe we'll switch up vehicles because you know how the marks are like, oh, they're gonna try to steal Husky Harris' thing. We can easily just say Maserati Tankman. You know what I mean? Like we give him the Mozzie. You know what I'm saying? We'll keep it some hip hop. But
just like Jacob Fatu. I know the big guy who is agile.
Oh yeah, and I mean, when I watched it, I seen Alex Kane come out with King Mo, and I was like, oh shit, but they kept it kind of true. Like King Mo wasn't saying nothing crazy because, like what we said in the beginning, Lee Mariotti pushed Calvin Tankman. Like this was a match, and his statement was, if you're with us, that doesn't happen. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, so I was like, oh snap! If he joins, like you said, American Top Team is stacked. You know what I mean? So you're looking at something huge. Now, because of Fightland happened over the weekend, and listen, the weekends is our off time. That's what we do on the weekends is our time. But me and you got to talking, and Richard Holiday, a.k.a. the new Kevin Costner, the bodyguard. Now, we like to joke with him because he pushed, what's her name out the way, saved her life constantly.
Alicia Toot.
But when you said, and I totally forgot you said it, one of the coolest things I seen during the Fightland stuff was when they locked Contra Unit and like Richard Holiday, who said something like, "What's going on, gentlemen?" Like, like
said, "Gentlemen," and then it started the beat down. You had our boy Nduka was there. You had Senshi. You had some other guys that were back there. And they're pro MLW. And and it was so amazing how I was gonna say Dario Cueto, but Cesar Duran was there. He locked the door because he's like, ain't nobody gonna mess with my main event. And that was kind of cool, man. Seeing stuff like that happen that you don't see in the actual show is kind of cool, man. I wish that would have been shown before the main event or during the main event. So nobody would come in. That would have been, I mean, we would have popped if we would have saw that right there live. But, it kind of adds more make sure to watch the show because you don't know what's happening in the back. So that's one thing that I give MLW right now, man. The mentality and how they're producing stuff in the back, how it fits into the program that's going on right now. Everything is making sense. No, everything, even the little vignettes make sense. And you go, okay, that's what happened.
And that's what I got excited because it's the little things. Like if he just locked the door, you're like, oh, that's dope. But when he says, you think I'm going to let you people ruin my main event? It takes that little locked door and puts it to another level. And I hope wrestling fans are seeing it how we're seeing it, where we're like, that little bit extra puts that spice on it. And you're like, man, that was so fire. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't want to touch too much on Fightland because, listen, we already know what happens. Tajiri, which I was surprised when you told me because I didn't believe it. You were like,
I
yo,
was impressed.
but, and I know, and here I was talking with Bill Vink earlier. I was trying to get him to do a video, but he was dead shot tired. And he goes, but he still pins Myron Reed.
Yes.
I said, yeah, but it's a four-way. You know, with all the high-flying stuff, everybody beating each other up. He did use the mist. So Tajiri, we got to see vintage Tajiri. Well, you got to see him live.
Yes. Oh, awesome.
You know,
Awesome match. Awesome match.
So, and I know I'm high on the guy, right? And Aramis keeps, to me, outshining everybody he's in a match with. And I'm not trying to be biased because, he hasn't won me over yet. But every time I see him, I'm like, okay, what are you going to do now? Because you impressed me that time. You impressed me against Rez. You impressed me again. Like, every time we see him, he keeps elevating. And he's like one of the youngest guys on the roster. So we'll get out of Fightland on that. But I want you to touch on the vibe of that fatal four-way.
I mean, the match was unbelievable. I showed you some of the videos that I took the pictures. I mean, and then you saw the match on TV and watching it again from different angles. You're like, damn, man, this match was awesome. Tajiri winning, I never expected that to happen. I never thought Myron Reed was going to lose that belt, period. But he lost. Now we got to see what's going to happen now with Tajiri. If he comes back in November, will he lose it then? If he's going to defend out in Japan, you know what's going to happen. Yeah. So, but, all those four guys, they put everything on the line, man. And the match was awesome. I mean, the five-day matches, the two matches, they did his job. It was payoff. And, my boy finally won a Hammerstone. Woo! And your boy Josef was mad as hell.
But you know what, though? It did come with a price. We do know that Hammerstone is hurt. We know he hasn't broke nothing. We hope he hasn't torn nothing. You know what I mean? He's put it out there that it's not broken, but he doesn't know if it's torn. So you're kind of like, damn, you're kind of scared because, listen, I'm a Hammerstone fan. I'm just a contra unit guy. But you never want to see nobody get hurt. I love the match. The finish, I was okay with the finish because I knew he was hurt. You know what I mean? We knew. So he still lifted him, hit him with kind of like a modified cutter kind of thing.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of like, oh, this is like I don't like the finish. But, once you find out what happened, then you go, okay, that's what happened. You have to be in perfect good shape with two good feet to do that pendulum nightmare move that he does. And on 1 foot and 1 foot already, throbbing. And I know because we play sports. You play basketball, I play baseball, man. You twist your ankle, especially when you are the court, dude. That shit is gonna hurt, and then it's gonna swell up. The next 5-10 minutes is gonna swell up. So trying to get that big dude, trying to do that pendulum is gonna be impossible on 1 foot. So
yeah, and
he did it. It was kind of quirky finish, but
listen. He heard it midway through that match, and they still did a lot of moves after that. So I gave them a lot of credit because they were not going to let that, he was a soldier for that. And I was like, damn, this is so dope. I want to transition to the next Hammerstone thing, but I will not, right? Because I'm super hyped up on all this stuff. So I want to go next. We'll do the matches. We'll go a half-a. We'll then go into the promo stuff. It's so wild because we all know Filthy Tom Lawler's a beast. If you look at Tom Lawler's career, I think he's been in MLW 3 years. At one point, he was like undefeated for mad long. He was an MLW heavyweight champion. He's an Opera Cup champion. He's a Battle Riot champion. Battle
Riot and Opera Cup.
So his career there is sick. Him going against Davey Richards, we all knew was going to be stiff. It was going to be heavy hitting. I loved it. I thought that both men looked absolutely amazing. No surprise. We do see David Richards advancing. So you're like, all right, Calvin Tankman moves up. David Richards moves up. The Kevin Koo pulling Moving Tom Lawler away from the cup, it made me smile because it felt fun. You know what I mean? It's like you just went through a battle and you're pulling him away. I loved it. What was it that you took from this match? Because there was a few things that I didn't think he was going to tap out Tom Lawler, and he tapped him out. So I was really surprised at that.
I mean, when I saw the pairings, I was excited going there because I was like, oh shit, first round is going to be Tom Lawler against David Richards. I told my two nephews, dude, this is going to be a hard-hitting match. You're going to hear some stiff kicks. You're going to see some stiff pop, and maybe somebody's going to get hit by mistake, and they're going to go at it, for a couple of seconds before they kind of come down again. But it never happened. But, I mean, you could hear the boom, the pounding, the chest, the knees. I was surprised that he did beat him by submission. Yeah, but it just shows, it puts David Richards in that next round as a submission wrestler, saying, okay, this guy could beat you in many ways. He can either pin you or he can submit you. He just submitted Tom Lawler, a 10-year veteran of UFC. He just got submitted, so which means whoever the next opponent is, he might get submitted too. So I actually like the storyline saying, okay, this guy could beat you this way or this way. So I can't wait to see. Well, I know who the next opponent is, but I can't wait till you guys see who the next opponent is going to be. Next week when they show the matches. But
we know.
Yeah, no spoilers. But the shit was good. I mean, my nephews were like, wow, they're like they actually hearing this. Like, man, this is why they practice a lot. This is why they get in there. They getting hit, but they know what they're doing. Because if they do it wrong and they get hit by mistake for real, one of those dudes is gonna get mad as hell and gonna go crazy. So I love that type of hard hitting match, man. I love that stiff competition. I love that, man. And I was excited when that happened that first round. Ooh, Lord, okay, this is gonna be good.
So we then go to, once again, we get a female match, which is Brittany Blake versus your girl. Yep. I think it's N.W.A is how you say her last name?
Delmi
Exo.
Exo. Now, I love these stars. Right. That's what they're cool, man.
I went into it because I didn't know a lot about a lot of these girls' work. When I see some of the names, I did my little YouTube search. But I know you're a big C Stars person. Yes. But at the end of this match, I felt that Brittany Blake was able to command the crowd way better than N.W.A. So I was like, yo, I went into it watching your girl because I knew you were hyped on her, and I was like, I want to see this. But Brittany Blake, the way she moved around, the way she commanded the crowd, the way she made them not like her, I was like, oh, she needs to be a heel because she knows how to really work this crowd.
Yeah, but the whole thing is you could Delmi is the younger sister of Ashley Vox, so you could still see that she's still fresh and green, and that's why Ashley gets all the bigger matches, we're more talented than the younger sister does because she's still learning how to command the crowd and how to move around the ring and stuff like that. But I mean, the girl is gorgeous. She's doing her shit. I mean, the match was good. Another match from July, that got put into the show, this show here, and it was awesome, man. The right girl got the victory, but I was very impressed with Blake.
Oh yeah, I'm high on Blake because I think she has a different look to her. You know what I mean? It's something I dig, and you know me, I always like the bad guys, no surprise. But I was like, I really like Brittany Blake, so I hope to see more of her. And I obviously this is the tail end of the show, but I want to leave all the El Jefe stuff for last. We see Myron Reed and Jordan Oliver and Justice in some random parking lot, right? Talking mad greasy, talking about, LAX, blah, 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 ain't nobody afraid of you. Out of nowhere, the car pulls up, Danny Limelight comes, throws a few punches, Dr. Julius smokes, and the big homie, because he's the big gun there. The big homie Slice Boogie put the hands of God on Injustice. They throw Myron Reed off into the concrete pillar, and they throw the beats on him. I mean, talking mad. Julius Smokes is talking mad greasy. Then they're going into the car. Danny Limelight, Rivera's talking about, we told you it's on site. They peel off, almost hit some, I don't know who the hell was over there.
Yeah, man, this thing was crazy. I love Injustice. But going up against 5150, you know who I'm going with. You gotta stay with the crew.
Thanks.
I'm kind of upset about this because that's both of my teams that I like. Because we fuck with Jordan Oliver and Myron Reed with that CD that is. But they're going against my homies. I just want to know what the hell Julius was saying about. Oh, you want to see a doctor? You want to see a doctor? You want to see a doctor? Blah blah. What the hell you talking about? We want to see a doctor. Like what are you talking about? You want to see a doctor? Like who? Like who? What?
So
dude's talking crazy right now.
I know he finished his documentary. You see the documentary? You enjoyed the documentary.
It was nice. I didn't know by the time it finished. I'm like, hold on, that can't be. I need more. Like what happened? Like I really got into it, and he was like almost 50 minutes later. I'm like, dude, like what happened? Like I want more. Like where's the Ring of Honor stuff? Like where's the Vulture Squad stuff? Like come on, man.
So now. You do know that I reached out to him a few weeks ago. He said when he's done with the documentary, Dr. Julius Smokes, you're done with your documentary, homie. You got to come on here. We got to know what you're talking about because I know a lot of slang. He knows a lot of slang. We have no idea what the doctor was. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So we would like some clarification done because we have no idea.
Please.
But
please.
They put the beats on Injustice. I loved it because it gives Injustice something new to do away from titles. You know what I mean? So we have not seen Devon Erickson in a little while, so we don't know what's going on. But we're getting a lot of feuds that we're building up going forward. You know what I mean? You're seeing a lot of the aspects of Azteca Underground. I was going to say Lucha Underground. Of Azteca Underground being implemented into the system of MLW. Now, once again, I'm going to tell you what Bill Vink says because it's kind of making sense. And he was like, I'm telling you right now, I don't know if he's going to kill off Court Bauer, but the deal with the devil, he still thinks Richard Holiday is going to turn on Hammerstone. He still thinks he's going to turn on him at the War Chamber thing, and they're going to cost him and everything. But he keeps thinking that Azteca Underground is going to absorb and take over MLW, and you'll no longer see MLW stuff around the ring. It's going to be Azteca Underground in a temple. I thought that was really cool. Had to throw out his information. We go to the El Jefe promos that when you said it right. It felt like you're watching a movie.
Yeah.
And I was so blown away because if you look at when he was talking with Alexander Hammerstone. Hammerstone came over. He pulled up a chair. He said, sit. He ain't want to sit. El Jefe looked like it really annoyed him that he didn't sit. He used the word, you're my champion. He didn't say MLW champion. He said, you're my champion. And I was like, whoa, okay, tidbit number one I'm stealing from that. But then you had Alexander Hammerstone saying, I want to relinquish the belt because you see so many people climb the ladder and then want to pull the ladder away from everybody else. And I'm not that guy. I want the next person to climb this ladder as well. I was like, if I wasn't a fan of Hammerstone, which we all are fans of Hammerstone, if I was not, though, I would have instantly been like, that's one of my favorite wrestlers just because he said that shit. Because I respect the way he put that piece together. I was like, yo, that is so fire that he respects that belt that helped him get this one. This one was the best of my career, my biggest moment until this one. And I was like, this is why we love Hammerstone, but unfortunately I got to hate Hammerstone even though I love Hammerstone. My brother, please talk to me about El Jefe doing it with Hammerstone off the way. I'm curious.
Yeah, I don't know why. I didn't know what he meant. If he meant like this to Hammerstone, or he was saying, like this to his opponents in the future. I didn't get this part right here, so I wasn't sure what happened. But like you said, he came in, relinquished the belt. Helfig kept asking him, take a seat. He didn't want to take a seat. oh, I could put a team together for you so you go against Contract Unit and the World Chamber. And he goes, no, I'll pick my own team. I already got a couple of guys in mind. So everything that Helfer was trying to do, he will rebuttal what he wanted just to make sure I'm doing this myself. I don't need no help from you. Just in case something happens, I don't owe you anything. It's going to be me. So far right now we have Richard Holiday, which I would have wished they would have shown how he went up to Richard Holiday and asked him or whatever. So they never showed that. But then we saw what happened with the judge, how he got into it. Once again, your boy Kwon is getting destroyed there by the judge.
You know what? I got to cut you off, right?
Yeah, man. You saw what happened. I'm not saying anything. You saw what happened. So now he got 3 people, and then he got one more guy he has to get. So it's going to be against your boy, your mentor there, Samael, Fatu, the hand of the black hand of contract with the Kruger, and your boy Kwon. So 4-on-4 in that war chamber, war games type of deal thing. So I'm gonna be there, boy. I can't wait for this. I thought this was gonna be the one they were gonna do from Dallas. That was supposed to be the Varnerics against Tom Phillips. But I don't know what happened. They changed it, so now it's gonna be this. Hey, I'm excited because I got my ticket and we're gonna be there. My brother's excited. I showed him the picture of what it's gonna be. The 2 nephews are excited, so I can't wait because I'm buying me a mask this time. I'm gonna be an underground guy. A Azteca dude. I'm gonna be an Azteca guy. I'm excited for this. There's so many questions and answers are going to be given to us on November 6th.
So here, my beef kind of with the Alicia to embedded thing, right? I feel like, like where we from, we use the word stitches get stitches. You know what I'm saying? Like, just being honest with you. Because what I thought I saw was El Jefe selling tickets, and they're trying to make it look like he was taking bribes or whatever he was doing.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, they're really throwing dirt on his name. You know what I'm saying? Like, they making him look as bad as he wanted. You didn't see him do anything wrong.
I just want to know where Atut is getting all this footage from. She got footage from when she was there when footage from El Jefe or Dario Cuero at that time cleaning out his office. She got footage when the mysterious woman came in there and started going to the whole room. She got footage of the guy with different wigs in different countries. I'm like, what the hell? This girl gets footage from her? Like she's working part-time for TMZ now or something. Jeez. She came to school from TMZ. Like every footage is like right there. Like can you give me a break?
We might have to try to reach out. I doubt she'll do it, but we might have to reach out to see if we could ask her a few questions. Or maybe if you're in the arena, you might be able to grab her up and be like, I got a few questions. Because
I got some footage of you that we found down here, from TMZ. Let's play the role right now.
Because
roll it.
She's got footage. Listen, half of this was through the pandemic. Through the pandemic when you can't travel, and she's got footage of him in like 50 countries doing all types of stuff
with different wigs on.
Yeah. So I loved it though. To be honest with you, I was like, I'm eating this up. I thought it was cool to see all these things. The girl that is trashing or looking through his stuff, let me not say trashing, looks like the girl who, what was her name in Lucha Underground?
Katrina. And now you say she's going fight Katrina? No, was it Katrina or Carolina? I can't remember now. But yeah, she's Mil Muertes manager or whatever the hell she is. Spiritual advisor.
She's going with her real
Yeah, Carly
Perez, right?
Yep.
We see her go rummaging. Let me use the word rummaging.
Whoa. We don't know it's her. I mean, but you could very tell by the face. Yeah.
I mean, it looked exactly like her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Body-wise, Latina body. Yeah, you could tell, like, okay, that's a Latina right there. But every time she looked up at the camera, the camera feed was messed up, supposedly.
you know what? If a listener or two can move it in the pandemic, we can make moves in the pandemic too.
Yeah.
She ain't the only one that knows people who knows people. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'll say I think it's her. I think Eva Lonte agrees. We think it's her.
Yes.
We don't listen. We're not snitching on nobody. It looked like her. That's all we say. We're not throwing nobody in name under the rug or nothing. But you see her rummaging through her stuff. Then we get Eva Lonte's rarefied air, Richard Holiday, a.k.a. the new Kevin Costner, the bodyguard. He doesn't really want to sit down neither. He's like, well, you're going to have to defend your IWA, I think he said MLW title, right? He said like IWA.
Yeah, it's the IWA title from Puerto Rico, because now supposedly Azteca Underground purchased IWE in Puerto Rico, the company. So now he's going to have to defend it here on the show now, which is going to be against Mil Muertes next week. I know they're good at a match.
And the funny part is I've seen Richard Holiday actually on TV. Guy's a smart guy. I don't know if he's a business major or something like that, but I've actually seen him away from MLW, and I was like, holy shit, that's Richard Holiday. You know what I mean? Like, but I love when he says, you're going to hear from my lawyer / my dad, my father. Oh, dude. I was like, Richard Holiday is the coolest character. Like, I dig the guy. I think he's hilarious. But here's another guy who looks like he's about to get fed to the wolves. El Jefe lately, you come into his office and you say something, he's pretty much doing something in his interest. Because Matt Cross, I want a title shot. He didn't say which title. He's like, well, you get Jacob Fatu. Tom Lawler, I want a title shot. You get the big homie Hammerstone. And, it's like, damn, this guy comes in, you get Mil Muertes. He doesn't even give them, like, the Myron Reed. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
He's like, you're just dealing with this.
So now you're going to defend your title, IWA title against Mil Muertes. Bam. That's it.
And this was in July, right?
That was this match is from July, yeah. So this is the match where pretty much you already know, because you already saw Mil Muertes with something else at the last show. So
yeah. But you know what? It is what it is. I'm all about all this greatness. It's been a while, and I've been enjoying MLW for, I say, like, through the pandemic, I started getting back into that kind of wrestling. I was like, I'll try some MLW. And since that point, I've really enjoyed it. Ever since El Jefe came in, and I'm not giving El Jefe 100% credit because the wrestlers have been murdering it. Court Bauer has been making moves on top of moves on top of moves. He's been killing it. But what I'm going to say is, like, what El Jefe brings to the table, and this is no shot to Salina de la Renta because I thought she was awesome. She did her thing. But if you look at the product now, she can't do what he does. He brings a different element where he makes you want to watch him. Listen, Salina de la Renta is a beautiful girl. I got no problem looking at her. But El Jefe is bringing you something special. This is something that I'm like, oh, this is MLW, but it feels Lucha Underground-ish, and we're about to get Azteca Underground. And if Bill Fink is right and they absorb MLW somehow and he's running roughshod, this is going to get crazy. Even the backstage where we see 5150 LAX beat up, you didn't see that really in MLW. You've seen things like that in Impact where, LAX jumped out of cars, did things like that. A lot of things happen kind of just backstage or in and around the arena with MLW, and now you're starting to see it outside the arena, and you're like, oh, this is dope. So
yeah,
your whole take on last night's show, because you said it was a movie, and I'm with you.
Yeah, I mean, you told me, like, watch the show, and I said, yeah, I was there. I don't have to watch the show. I was there. He's like, no, watch the show and see what other stuff that's going on. So when I started watching the show, I'm like, hold on. I'm watching wrestling and I'm watching the damn movie. Because all it was, like, all the stuff with El Jefe stuff, and then the beatdown at the end, I'm like, I'm watching the damn movie. It's like Lucha Underground all over again. Like, somebody got the producers to do the backstage segments, because that's what it looks like. And then the segment when he's going through his office, That looked like he was done like a year ago or before, because he had short hair, all slicked to the back. And I was like, hold up, they already did this on the last season of Lucha Underground 5, thinking they're gonna go into 6 or 5 or whatever, and it never happened. So they did that, and then it just never came up after that. So they look like they used that footage from back then, because his hair is always short, and now like, okay, this is pretty cool. But you get excited. It's like it gets you in, and I'm thinking like, man, imagine if they ever do a show like this, like a Hellfate owning a wrestling company, but it'll be like a TV show, like 30-minute, 25-minute TV show with all that shit. You don't have to watch the matches. You'll watch like one match per episode, and then all the stuff that happens outside the behind closed doors with him making the matches and stuff. I'll watch that damn thing. HBO Max, get it on your TV right now. I'll get that right now. But that, I mean, what they're doing now, production-wise, is good. I like it. And I'm excited, and I saw it last night, and I was like, wow.
So listen, I'm going to end it on that because, like I said, we're loving the product. You guys already know. If you want the best bling for the best prices, let me lift it up so you see it. Bada, bada, bada. Use the promo code UWN.
I want that boy that says UWN, just like that. UWN.
I got it. I
need it.
Listen, I got to get it because if it says UWN like that, it's going to look serious. So, ladies and gentlemen, for myself, the big homie, we out of here. Deuces.